Okay, good afternoon, all of you. Just reply me whether I am audible and screen is visible. Just reply in the text whether the screen is visible and my voice is audible. Yes, reply with text so that we will start. Anybody, those are present can reply in chat. Whether the screen is visible and audible. Reply. Those who are present, please reply. Okay, fine. So in the last session, we had concluded up to the file info, and also we had shown, means I have shown to the system IO file info class with a create and text, but not delete. It was asked you to do the assignment or write the program for in order to delete the method, delete method you have to use in order to delete that existing file. So this is one content we had completed, and also we had taken a consideration of serialization and deserialization. So here with the, what we can say, with the image, or you can say with the diagram, you can see what is serialization. Serialization, it is nothing but the process is bringing in an object into a form that we can return on a string, and it is get converted into bytes and get stored differently at different locations. So it may be database, it may be memory, it may be file. So what is the object? Main purpose is to save the data of the object so that it can be recreated when needed. So for that purpose, we use to perform the serialization. And what is deserialization? It is a reverse process. Means in the process, we can get in the back serialized object so that it can be loaded into memory, and we can reassert that state of object by setting the properties and fields in that. So there are three types of serialization: binary, XML, and JSON. And similarly, the steps in order to create the serialization, by which method we are going to use that serializing in our C hash. So first of all, we have to create a stream object, then we have to create a binary formatter object, and lastly, we have to call the binary formatter serializable method. So serializable keyword we had already used. Okay. So similarly, the deserialization we also see. So what we will do, I will create one class with name, class name, that is student, with the name ID and its name. So we will create an object through that, and I will just open the Visual Studio. Already I have created a project with name serialization. So here, what I am going to do for serialization, first of all, I am going to add some class that is nothing but which will be used for your serialization. Later on, what I will do, I will call with the keyword attribute, serializable key attribute. I'm going to go for it. Okay, that class will get accessed, and similarly, I will provide to some classes over there in that attribute. Okay, so that method will be ID and name. That I am going to go for. Then I need to create the object of that whatever the class I have created. I need to call the object in my main method. And simply, and lastly, I'm going to deserialize that particular content. Okay, so for that purpose, what I will do, serialization I have already given here. I will take the key attribute, you can say serializable, it is already present, so I have taken. Now I will name it as this class. I will just name it as a student. I will name it as a student, and in that I'm going to call two methods, public int id. Okay, and one more thing for name, public string, because I want name, so name. Okay, so these two methods, these two attributes I have taken into consideration. Just close it. Fine. Fine, no problem. What I will do, I will create an object as per given here in the PPT. What I need to do, I need to create an object of that string. Then I need to create that formatter object, and serializable method need to call. So we'll do similarly. So here, student object means std. Std I will do equals to new, and student method need to be get called. Method need to be get called. Later on, what I will do. So similarly, I will call that ID and name with the same std dot. It will show me the ID. Okay, and similarly, I will assign some values to it. What will be the ID then? I will take it as 1, 2, 3. That will be my ID. And similarly, std, if I'm saying dot name, this is present. So name, what I will give? I will give swearing. I will give swearing. Okay. So it is not taking name. Okay, fine. Now there is again main problem. Okay? Now what I will do, now next part is I need to call binary formatter object, that it need to create. First of all, I need to create, then I need to call that object. Okay, so I will do here. So what I will do, binary formatter, binary formatter equals to bf equals to new, and that will I will call similarly. So it is not taking it, means I need to specify some of the values, like go with using system dot runtime dot serialization, because I need to go for that purpose dot formatter dot binary, that I need to call. Then it will show me, yes, it is having that property and it is going to be used. That's for that purpose it is considering me. And one more thing I need to go for, using system dot runtime dot serialization, only that much, because that part we are going to consider later on. That's why we are considering only the itself. And we'll go further. I have called that object. I have called that object. Now what I will do, I will call some methods over there. I will call some methods in that particular binary formatter. I need to call something. So what I will do, stream stream equals to new. That stream need to be get suppose to be get into what we can say, that file should be get executed that time. So file stream, I am asking file stream, in bracket I need to pass the path, so that file should be present at that path. Okay, so at the rate I will do which path I will give. So already we had created one this text file, that is we will see abc.txt file we will consider. So what will be the e drive? In e drive I have taken the abc file, so that file path I will insert, that file path I will insert, because e drive is present over there. And abc.txt I have given. Then file mode I am checking, because that need to be create dot file access I have to provide, and in that I need to write. So this is the actually content. One more thing I will do after this threading, then task text part should get accessed. Okay, fine. It will remove. I will check again. Okay. We'll check once again when if it is not going to take again and again. Okay. That method will call with the same number, binary formatter dot serialize. Okay, serialize in bracket stream dot comma the object whatever we had created for it. So object is nothing but std. Okay, so this is nothing but we had created up to that. Now I will close that stream, close that. Whatever the errors we are facing, it will be get removed. Don't worry, I'm again going to explain you. Just I need to get the furniture. What I will take here, instead of create I will make it as open. Open, and here instead of write we are going to make it as read. Fine. Now simply considered here. Stream is going to be defined as usual, because this stream already object has been defined, and I'm just going to ignore what this will do. Student std new equals to, in bracket I am writing student, but before, after that binary formatter dot deserialization I need to perform. Deserialize, SERIENI deserialize what that stream, what that stream. Okay, close it. Here spelling is not like this.
Write down.
Check again. Check the name. Finally check once again if string will get executed. The name, and later on I will write console dot write line. So object std new dot id
that also we can call it as interaction between job applicant and companies or you can say that representative. So it is the communication between, or it is the
check
communication between
it is checking
applicant, applier. Okay.
it is not taking.
Communication between different and panel. Okay. Whatever panel is there, there are gents panel, each type of panel also.
Take on the conditions. It is not taking.
So in that panel, let me so it is nothing but the interaction between job applicant and representative of that job interview calling the coding so we kind of speaks that they check the health of their yes that the second round they check what type of communication skills they have.
Okay, that was actually the error from my side. I have taken by mistakenly the object. I have not taken the object replacement. I have directly taken the binary formatter as it is. Instead of taking that instance I have not taken that. That's why that was an error. So what condition I have explained over here. So first part I have made an objects. Okay, for what I have done, initialize that object, because already the class already I haven't called with the student name, just as per. Okay, fine. Here what we had done actually, according to this theory, we had created first stream object, then we had to make the object of the binary format, and format or serialized method need to be called. So simply when we are considering this type, so I have called a class, and also that class object I have created with specific entries I have provided. But now I need to perform the serialization and deserialization. And for that purpose, now I need to call the binary formatter, which is the object, and of that object I have created. So simply, and also the stream object need to be found out, because that text file, which the text file need to be get accessed and get reserialized, that need to be defined simply as here declared. Simply as here declared. So what I have done, I have created the file stream. Second part, what I have done, I have created the file stream. That file stream is going to be allocate you with some conditions. Now what I have given, that condition to be get reflected with serializing the object. By this, what I'm doing, I'm serializing the object and closing that particular content. Closing that particular content. This was the part. This whole part was for the serialization, and the later on part of what I have taken here was for the deserialization. Was for the deserialization. What I have done, created the file. Yes, here I have taken that, open that created file stream. Then later on, what I have done, I have called a deserialization the object. Whatever the object I have, I am deserializing. And later on, what, write the data to the console. Write the data to the console. For that purpose, I have taken ID and name. So this is the part of serialization and deserialization. So let's see whether it is showing me the output or not. Build has started. Take some more time.
That right now it is necessary for a candidate.
So it is showing me that I have given the deserialization. That part has been written, and this part we will consider. We will see here whether it is showing me the same conditions. Yes, you can see here in on the console. What I am seeing, I'm going to able to see the input, but when I am going for my that particular file, it is not in that particular condition. Can I write it? No, I can read करू शकते का? नहीं read करू शकत, because it is totally something which, because public token, key token, then serialization, student ID name, it is showing me. It is not saying that it is having some different value, but here that names numbers are not different. Then here sweary, it is showing me, but it is not going to give me the actual ID name. So this is nothing but your serialization. This is the cultural. This is decentralization, and serialization is over here. So like this, you can see here, I will make it clear. But this is my actual file. इथं काय शो व्हायला पाहिजे होतं 1 2 3 and swearing, but इथं काय शो होतंय मला, it is just a serialization part. कन्वर्जन झालंय, इथं आउटपुट दिसतंय मला, but माझ्या abc.txt फाइल मध्ये काय आलंय, this is just a serialization and deserialization version. म्हणजे काय, encryption decryption फॉर्मॅट झालं. म्हणजे इन्क्रिप्शन झालं आणि डिक्रिप्शन करण्यासाठी मला परत काय करावं लागेल, ही फाईल रीड करावी लागेल अजून एकदा इन अ रिव्हर्स ऑर्डर. In a reverse order. So deserialization, so that the present file, whatever the content in that present file is, we use deserialization to deserialize that object from that file. So this was actually the part for your serialization and deserialization. This one was actually given for you, but serialization is used to write the class object to the file, while deserialization used to record the object from the file. So this was the two main difference between your serialization and deserialization. Okay, so this was the condition for our this was deserialization part, and this was serialization. Serialization झाले ना, आपल्याला काही कळत नाही काय व्हॅल्यू येणार आहे, काय दिसणार आहे आपल्याला. but on the console I am able to read the content. That is nothing but a deserialization. This was actually the output I want to find. It was given, but in the text file, it is showing something different. It is showing something different. This is the actual difference. Okay, get you? मी तर काय केलं फक्त deserialize method आणि object call केलं. Same in this program itself. This was actually for here. I have created over here the serialization method, and for these two I have created deserialization. I have written something serializedly and I am taking it as in a deserialized mode. So this is the serialization and deserialization. Getting my point? Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay, fine. We will move further. If I wait for you, you will not going to reply. So furtherly, moving further, it is nothing but we have performed with some types, but no need. Just you need to know whether there are some types like binary, XML, and JSON. So if you want to go, we will take later on with the binary serialization, how the binary form XML and JSON. At last, we will conclude with this part also, how the serialization of binary will take place. Okay, so now the next point is in this chapter is generics. What is generic? So generic is nothing but it is a general form, it is not specific. When I'm saying generic, it is nothing but a particular data type, but also it defines some class, interface, methods. Then you can say static, it may be a static method, it may be a event, or it may be a delegates. So similarly, some type of operators we are going to use in order to perform some generic methods. And simply whenever I am saying that the type of parameters is going to be placeholder for a particular type, so specifically when I'm creating an instance of that generic type, that need to be parameter, that content should be parameterized and should be declared with specific type of parameter. So I have given the example that type name and in the greater than and less than logo, I have specified with a T name, that where T is a type of parameter, is a type parameter which I am going to use for the generic. Okay, so simply here you already had been seen and already gone through it. Just I will save it all. Here you are seeing always using system collection generic. What is the mean of that generic? So that is nothing but it is some of the part of your data type, and I'm going to assemble or going to check whether it is given in the formation of that particular contents or not. Okay, now what is the actual generic? What is the example for the generic? So for generic, we will take one more project. I will make it clear with new one.
Information about course, the related responsibilities. Responsibilities and the organization in which he or she is possibly in which he or she is possibly going to step in.
So we will consider the generic example already I have given here, but just for our understanding, I will take some methods and will call the same conditions with some parameters. Okay. So what I will do, I will take an array example for the generic. What I will do, I will take an example of a generic. Let it be the class. I will keep it as an array. Okay, the class name is array, and in that I'm going to make one method called public static int addition. For addition purpose, I will take a generic program, and addition program will go for it. Yeah. Now, in that, what I will just put, so the condition for array, list I will say AL, or list I will call equals to new array list, and will give it as the condition list dot addition should be specified. Why it is not taking? Go for I'm asking for a result equals to 0 right now, and simply I will take a for each loop. So that it will make me for each int value in list, because list already I have provided, and in that I need to check. What I need to check? Result is the best list. Concurrent करते direct value. I need value, so I am just writing. Before that, I am writing return. Needed. Return equals to result. Candidate can get information. System.collection, and also one more thing. Okay, system.collection I have taken, and it is showing something here. Company's website is the best place there. Candidate can get information. Okay, just instead of taking a small, I have taken a big, more big number. Now here in this main method, I have not used anything. Yes, you are saying that you have not write anything in the static method, or you are saying that in the main method you have not written anything. So generic allows you to realize that the safety at compile time. This is nothing but what I have done. They can allow you to create a data structure without committing to a specific data type. And when the data structure is actually used, then however the compile ensure that the type used with it's consistent for any type of the safety. So we are saying that generic provides the safety for your any performance loss, or any, or can be a bolt whenever it's saying. That time I'm saying that this is provide, that is system.collection.generic is going to namespace contain the generic collection, and it will make you clear with the conditions that we need to perform. So instead of using that, instead of making some conditions in the methods, what in which method? So if I am going to run this program, it will show me nothing, because this is what I will do. Console right now. Then I am not going to write anything, and console check what the output will be generated. So it is showing me anything? No. If I am going to click anything, it is generating something, because no any error it is showing me. it is not going to give me any error or any output error. So whenever that conditions is getting satisfied, that means I have used the generic. That is nothing but this collection generic has not been used. Suppose if I am not writing this collection, so error is getting exist. So for that purpose, it is asking me collection for array list. You want? So if I'm asking, so directly system.collection. If I'm using, then it is showing me something. So instead of that, what I will do, I will go for the collection. Using system.collection, I can access my generic within my main part instead of going for the static method. And simply when I'm saying that this is nothing but how I can reuse that code and I can reuse that code. So this is the actual part of your generic. Then introducing a simple concept that the code which you have used already can be reused using generic, and it will means populate you the list or the drop down list, checkbox list, or radio button. So simply whenever you are retrieving something, it is going to relieve you with the same code. You can use that code instead of using in the one place. You can go for the another condition contains also. Okay, this was actually the generic. In simply, I want to introduce what is the type actually the generic and how it is going to be. So in the method, you can define the generic class, interface, abstract, and one by one we are going to see what are the different types and also what are the different conditions for the generic. Yeah. Now the next point, what is the benefit of the generic? So there are some advantages to use the collection, generic collection and delegates. That is, it is safety. Type safety, then less code and code is more easily reused. I can use that code in other methods also. Better performance, generic delegates enables type, safe call type without the need to create multiple delegate class, and also the generic streamline dynamically generate the code. Dynamically generated code can be streamlined in generic. Okay, so these are the some benefits of your generic when we are using the collection of the generic. Yes. Now next, the generic type parameter. So this is some of the example I have shown here. What is the type parameter? So in a generic type or a method definition, a type parameter is a placeholder for a specific type that the client specifies when they create an instance of that generic type. So suppose a generic class such as a generic list I have given listed in an just in the introduction to the generic I have defined cannot be used as is because it is not really type. It is more likely a blueprint or a type. So I have not used anywhere in that. So if I am going to use the parameter, generic type parameter, then what type of condition? So I have given here with example or with some condition you can see here that generic is conditioned with some constructed type instance which can be created and used a different types are which are as follow. I have given with example means some more objects I have created for float for example, and also for the example struct, that the objects I have created with example struct, and simply the list I have provided with the type parameter. So whenever I'm saying that the generic is using with some parameters, so we will go with we'll go with one example. Just wait a minute.
Right now, third one. Predict and practice the possible questions and their suitable answers. Predict and practice. Predict करू शकता, ते प्रश्न विचारले जाऊ शकतात. आणि practice करू शकता त्यांची. Possible questions and their suitable answers. is table answer. Practice करते हैं right now कर सकते हैं भाई एक practice करते हैं I have to right now it is always the best practice.
Just wait.
The best practice make a list of possible questions. Make a list of possible questions and their suitable answers.
So here I am going with some generic methods, and simply I am going to consider for the collection. So collection generic will get existed. I have taken the name spirit as a generic parameter, and will take the class name as test class with showing in T. That is nothing but I am considering for my parameters, and in that what I will do, I will write an object with an array. I am going to define equals to an object I am going to create for that with the size 5 in it. Okay, and lastly count I will provide with it. The count is set to be 0. Okay, now what actually this is defining an array of an generic type with length 5 I have done. Means simply आपण आतापर्यंत बघितले की parameter t काय आहे, तर that is nothing but the type parameter I am using for my generic. Okay, now I have given, now what I will do, I will add some mechanism for this, because in this class I will make it public first so that it will be accessible on any base. Now in this class itself, what I will do, I'm adding some what you can say generic type to this. So public void
questions.
Sorry, add. In that I'm going to write T. So that will get defined with something. So in that I will write if count equals to count plus 1 is greater than 6, then what it will should reflect me, it should reflect me something that is nothing but object in that count should equals to the item I have defined. So this is nothing but the counter value will get incremented through here I will provide count plus plus. Count plus plus. Now this is one thing I have given for public void. Now the next point what I will do, I will provide for each statement. For each statement iteration, I am going to define like public T this that index I am providing, so that it will ask me what get set properties. Get set properties that should return some values.
Questions should be
about that index.
The R
and later
about the R
I will do one more thing. I will set the same conditions with something that is obj object and
related to
index where values should be get assigned, because index is nothing but I am considering some values for get and set property for get and set property. Now here what I will do after the first class I will close it. This class I will close. This class I will, what I will do? I will close, and here class, my main program that I am going to access through this. So that will be here. I am going to initiate some generic with integer. Here now I am in the main method. What I will do? I will take some condition. What? Which methods? This one. And in that I have created these two conditions. Yes, that two methods will be get reflected over here in main method. So what I will do? Instance of that generic with integer I will create. That is nothing but the test class. It is given over here. In that I am providing int j equals to new test class int. Make it. Now what is this? Nothing. I will add some integer values, because in add t item what I have given, adding that integer into the collection. So that collection should be get reflected. So int obj dot add. So I will write 1, because size, what is the size I have given? It is size of 5. So we'll go with this dot add in that 2. So I will just copy and paste.
Ask the questions and maintain the format.
Okay, now this is no boxing. Boxing condition nahi hai. Then I will just write here. Boxing nahi kelala. Just unboxing karna hoga, unboxing karna nahi. Now what I will do? Just I have added. Now I need to display something. These values should be get displayed. For I'm going to use int I equals to 0. I less than 5, because that value should not exceed, and I plus plus. This is the actual format. Now for that condition I have taken the console and write only just type what I will write, console dot write line int obj. What it is going to define? It is going to define the I value. So I have taken this condition. Yes, and later on here I will write console dot read key in order to get my values stuck on my output screen. So this is the parameter type, how these parameters will get deflected. Only with the first one time I have taken the generic parameter condition. Means after building this program or running, the output is going to be shown with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, but instead of taking in the simple way how that parameter or generic will get called, is just shown, because this is the generic type manipulation we had taken. Here test class defines an array of a generic type with length 5. This format will define the length of that array is 5, and add method is responsible for adding any type of the object into the collection, and then the index property, whatever the index we had set, that property is then implementing for each statement. For each statement iteration, it is going to repeat, and simply when I'm initiating the T class or test class, you can say, that time that integer type reference and add some integer type element will get collected in the generic method. So we will see here whether it is showing me the output similar. Yes, it is showing me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without taking the index value. Without taking the index value, it is only directly showing me the values which I have taken. So if you want to go for whether it is showing me same thing, so you can take 1, 1, 2, 2, here 3, 3, 4. Whether it is going to show you the output value. Let's check. Yes, it is showing me. 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5 5, which is considering here as an index value, as an index value. Are you getting my point? So this is only the generic class example we had taken with an example of your parameter. With an example of your parameter, I have taken the class example. So simply it was the next point we are going to refer, that is the constraint on type parameter. So instead of going for the constraint, that compiler about the capabilities and argument values should be have. So without any constraint, the type argument could be a type, and that compiler can only assume that the members of that system.object, which is going to be ultimate base class for any .NET class or .NET type, that client code use the type that does not specify your constraint, and it will make a compile issue error. So for that purpose, we are using the contextual keyword for specifying the constraint on the type parameter. Yes, so this is nothing but your constraints, how the parameters will go for. So for that purpose also we will consider a small program. Just wait, I will save it all. Save it all. I will make a project, new one, for the constraint purpose. It is taking time. Just wait. Export should be and then forward. Sure. करून तुम्ही जायचं आणि वेळ काय असेल तर तो काय लावायचा स्वच्छ असले पाहिजे, ते असले पाहिजे. Don't use sports shoes. Sports shoes use करायचे. मी केले पण तुम्ही करू नका. Sports shoes तुम्ही वापरायचे नाही आणि हेअरस्टाईल व्यवस्थित नाही करायची. I already taken, but why it is not taking? Just wait a minute, again I will reopen it. Generic constraint. Because we are saying that the constraint should be get accessed. So simply here, what I have going to give, here I have taken. Simply we will make some changes and later on we will call that class again. Okay, so here I am writing namespace for the project name. I have given the constraint, generic constraint. Here I am taking the class. Where I am taking T as a class. As a class, I am defining it, and also it is provided here. Now what I will do, I will write here with some conditions. So read only condition will be private. I am providing read only T underscore field sum. Now public generic class with value, that is, this is the constraint I am using. This is the constraint I am using for taking the consideration. So this is how I am going to define this dot field. It is showing me equals to value. Okay, so this was actually the part of your constraint I have gone through. Now in the candidate needs to follow manners. Here I will provide some basic and delegates. T is the value which we are using for our method. Okay, generic method calling, and simply pass that parameters also T. Okay. So what I will do,
येताना सुद्धा तुम्ही बाहेर येताना सुद्धा तुम्ही मॅनर्स आणि इथिक्स फॉलो केले पाहिजे. ओके, त्यांनी सांगितल्याशिवाय तुम्ही परमिशन
what I will write in this statement, that is nothing but I need two types of parameters I am going to follow.
Taking permission. Thank you. Thank you. Without need to explain. Drop it at the thing. Start. Drop it at the thank you. Show your arrows.
Try for.
Drop nicely. Greetings. तर एंटर केल्यानंतर तिथं जेव्हा ते टेबलवर बसले ग्रीट केलं पाहिजे स्माइल
Pass according to
ग्रीट केलं
passing.
taking permissions handling etc.
Okay, so this is the statement I have provided. Now the same statement I will go for.
etc. are some of the delegates.
Here what I will do,
that need to be observed. That need to be observed. By the candidate. That need to be observed by the candidate.
Okay, so this is actually the methods we had gone through, and we'll write over here. Return
create
this
good impression of the candidate.
Yeah, now we'll close up to this. Close up to this. Now what my main program will go for. So here, as per I have defined you class program, I will keep as it is. In that, what I will do, take the consideration of the classes which I have defined furtherly. That is nothing but generic class already given. Here I am going to write string
and confidence. That
string and creating one generic class. My generic is nothing but I am creating an object for it. I am creating an object new generic class string, and in that I am writing
positive or circumstances.
hello. So that will be nothing but I am getting my generic object dot. Now which method need to be defined? That is a generic method, one thing, and in that need to write string.
Candidate should not utter.
Yeah, and one more thing. Now to stuck my screen.
Any negative word or sentence.
Yes, something is wrong.
Candidate should not utter.
So this is actually the constraint part I have gone through. Constraint in that class created with the parameters, and let's see what is going to show me the output. Type of parameters, and it is going to share. Just wait.
Current or past employer and which do not utter any negative word or sentence about the current or past employer. आपका सत्तर मिनट प्रेशर होने में ज्वाइन ओके वो तुम्हारे करंट के और पास एक तो श्रेणी की तरह करनी है very be
So this will show me this like this, and the value should be get represented or reflected over there. So this will just show make it as
मी वो तुम्ही गॅस कंपनी स्विच करणार जाणार तेव्हा सुद्धा तुम्ही तुमच्या पास्ट एम्प्लॉयर म्हणजे तुम्ही ज्या कंपनीमध्ये काम करत होता त्याबद्दल त्याच्याबद्दल निगेटिव्ह इन्फॉर्मेशन दिलेला
and that is nothing but we are going to get the values like this.
बोललं नाही पाहिजे ओके तर तुम्ही सांगितलं की माझ्या प्रोग्रेस साठी किंवा माझ्या काही अडचणींमुळे मी सोडकर आणि तुमच्या कंपनीमध्ये जॉईन करतो ना फॉर माय फ्युचर प्लॅनिंग
Just wait, it should show me the hello world and all this thing. String and hello world. It is not showing anything.
Past and कधीही सांगितलं नाहीतर त्याचे इम्प्रेशन होतं तर what are these प्रकार म्हणजे खूप नाही किंवा in मराठी खूप खूप नाही किंवा बडबड नाही ओके किंवा सांगणे so last one smile right now smile at right time smile at right time is also one of the signs of positive योग्य वेळी असते तर काय दाखवतं तर तुमची पॉझिटिव्हिटी दाखवते पण तुम्ही जर चुकीच्या वेळी नसाल तर it makes your bad impression you are
Just wait a minute. Why we are using the parameters? Because constraint that when I am enforcing something or I am using the constraint, the types of parameters which allows you to increase the number of allowable operations and methods to call in order to support by the constraining type, and that types are again defined that are inheritance hierarchy. And when I am designing that such type of generic classes, so it will satisfy that constraint without giving me the compiler issue error. Okay, so this is the part of your constraint, how I am going to use on that parameter in a generic form. Now the next point is the generic class. When we are going to why we are creating the generic class, because generic class encapsulate the operations that are not specific to the particular data type. Okay, and the most common thing we are using the generic class is with collection like linked list, hash table, and stack, queue, trees, and so on. So operations such as adding and removing items from the collections are performed in basically the same way, regardless of the type of your data being stored. When we are creating our own generic class, then important considerations includes these following points. Which types of generalization into type parameter we have to go for? As a rule, then the more types of you can parameterize. No any issue. You can use any of numbers of the parameters if you want to go for. Then more flexible and reusable code your code becomes, and however, too much generalization can create a code that is difficult for other developers to read or understand. So what constraint, if I need to apply, then two types of the constraints we are using. So generic class, if I am considering, then generic class parameters already we had gone through, and generic classes we had seen with some examples. One more we can go for. If I am saying generic class, then the generic class instruction abstractions also we had used. Okay, so here we will go with some basic program. 45, 46, 47. I will go with the defined generic class which will define with me. 51. So I will just save this all. With new project I will consider. 54. Close this. 55. 56. 57. 58. 59. 60. 61. 62. Here I will write a generic class. 64. 65. 66, 67, 8, 69, 70, 71. Project name I have given generic classes. So here what I will do, just progress how the user defined generic class will get executed. We'll check it out over here. 74, 75, 76. Public class will make it name as ABC. Division. The generic form. So A for 2 value I am taking, or you can say data. Okay, and simply for this is the private member I have taken. Now what I will do, I will use the property, means using this property public t value. So here I will using the accessor get and set method. Get and set, simple method I am taking. Get and set method, return, asking return this dot data. Already I have taken and set the properties. Set what this will give, set this dot data equals to value. That should get reflected. This is my set that method I have used. Now here Now the driver class which I will go for in my program method, what I will define here, just only the instance of that string type. So instance कोणाचा असेल, A, B, C मी जो घेतलेला आहे. In that I am writing string and give it name equals to new. Instance को create करते त्याच्यामुळे ते तसंच असणार आहे. त्याच्या पुढे एक मेथड, ती मेथड कॉल करायची and will stop here. Now I will call name dot value because value is already present with some conditions, and simply I will write here hello to Swery College of Engineering. I will just write over there and make it close with some parameters. Now same thing आता हे झालं string साठी. Now I will go with some class with different parameter. Now what I will do, I will go with same class with the what the generic method I have called ABC with float type. Okay, ABC. In that I'm calling float, closing it with the name, let it be version. I'm calling equals to new ABC float method will get asked and stop. Now I will call this version with name dot value same, and in here I will put some values in a float, that is by 0.02 f, because f needed to be get defined. F is needed to be get defined because that is nothing but the condition is whenever I am going to give the float parameter, need to define with that particular content with keyword f. Okay, now console dot write line, there I am going to write version dot value because that value is defined previously. And one more thing, in order to stuck my screen, read queue. Okay, so this much is only the actual condition, or you can say for a generic class what I have given, I have taken a class ABC with a parameter T. Yes, now in that I have called data and value. This is the private member, and this method I have called with properties get and set method. And in the main class what I have defined, I have just defined the class whatever I have given. I have created the instance with different parameters. First was the string and second was the float. So let's see this class may be running or not. Yes, it's showing me. Why it is not showing me the string value? Okay, version value only I have taken. Sorry. Console dot write line, here version name dot value also be taken. That should be taken. We will consider here. Yes, it is showing me. I have taken that downside. That's why it is showing me the statement right now at the downside and the value at in the upper side. So this is the difference between the generic classes in which we can call different parameters. Yes, here you can call many more like linked list, hash table, stack, queue, trees, and so on. Generic class with the collection I can go for. And simply when I'm saying that these types of parameters are going to be execute, that is nothing but I can call many more in generic class with this. So this is means constraint, if any, we can apply to the types of parameter over here in this generic class. Yes, you can see here I have first taken string and then float. You can go for the double also, you can go for another parameters you want to get passed. Yes, Here I have taken this, but this is nothing but I have passed the values and data so that it can get access to that particular values and versions, or you can say for that particular instance, whatever I have called with that parameter, I can pass through it. Yes. Now the next point over here, this is was the class for class, and now the next point is the generic interfaces. So what is generic interfaces? How it is getting accessible? So it is just interfaces, or you can say generic collection. These collections classes that represent the item collections are different. And in order to avoid the boxing and unboxing operations, which we have further already studied, it is better to use the generic interface such as with this method, you can say comparable, in bracket we can say the t parameter on a generic class. So, and for that purpose also the library we are using in the .NET is system.collection.generic as a namespace you can consider for it. When an interface is specified as a constraint on the type parameter, only types that implement the interface can be used. So simply we will again go for one more example for generic interface. What is interface? Okay. It is not accessing. Generic interfaces. We will write here. Just wait a minute. There is a problem with network. Wait a minute. We'll go with some conditions like uh, creating some interfaces and also creating some applications for related with a generic interface with a name. Now I will create over here interface for a generic part, an operation. Bracket T. That will be fine, and I will call the method. Now, as interface that receive two parameters of type T, I am declaring some methods using that type T. I am using the type T method parameters in order to declare something. So I will just double, and that I will write T, okay, variable 1, T variable 2 I am mentioning, and again double subtraction if I want to go for sub. These are methods I am calling, okay. Var 1, comma, T, var 2. Okay, this was fine with your class. Now I need to implement that class into my interface. So T1 and T2 are two interfaces. So class I will define over here, this interface will get defined like a class, my class, and which is going for one thing, that is here I'm calling it as an operation, because operations I have taken over there with something that is t, this method. Now we will call this function operations. Yes, to implement method. Okay, now later on, while creating the in the main method, it will get access. No problem. Now, what I will do, what will the methods I have declared over here with the parameters I have called over here, double, add, and sub. So I will create the methods that using type T. Yes, using type T. The public double, and what I will do, add here T var 1 comma T var 2 will get accessible. Here I will call the method. In that method, what I will write, public double double, that I want to result equals to convert 1 var 1 plus, sorry, convert double var. This will be the result. I need to define return res equals to. This was the part for your this method public add. Now same I go for sub. So just copy. I will do sub, same condition, just minus and return the value. Yes. Now here in the main method, what I will do, I will write the objects whichever I have gained. First for placing holder into the integer value. Now in type value I will overwrite here. So my class that int was integer value I have given. Small my class I will present, my only I will write class equals to new my class int method for and define. Now what I will do, I will take the condition of placing that values double result one equals to my class, and simply will write dot add one method values 23, 40, 43. Same condition will go with console dot write line that res 1 equals to the index value I am giving. So this is only for your one class, which is the add method. Now same for placeholding for the float type. If I want to go for float, I have given the subtraction value, and that is need to be get double or get in converted over there. So if I want to place some same like these conditions, what I will do, I will just copy it, I will paste it, I will do here one thing. Yeah. Now here I will write same conditions I am going to write over here, but here I will present over with subtraction, and values I am going to change. That is nothing but 20.5 f, because here integer value I will put here the float value. I will put here the float value. So, okay, and this is my what we can say. Here I will write. Okay, so this is nothing but I am writing with the class 1, and lastly, okay, I'm just taking the conditions with the same. Don't worry, I've taken only the values. I have changed just the part with 0, because this is the float value I have considered for you. Simply what I will do, console.read key. So what I have done here, interface I have taken, but I have just variation I have provided with the conditions of given values. That is nothing but whatever the conditions we have. So T parameter is implementing the interface, but the addition and subtraction of a number. But when I'm saying the addition and subtraction of the each number, then the interface operation will work similarly as it do. So same I will go with, now I will just I will save it all. I will run this program. Yes, it is showing me result. First one is the 23 plus 43 is 66, but the second option is that is nothing but 20.5 minus 43.2 is the minus sign. It is showing me this the conversion. It is nothing but the conversion I have taken, because integer value and float value I have not defined here. I have not taken a specific program. I have not taken specific values over there in the generic collection. And this is the benefit, or you can say that you can reuse whenever you need it. Because here I have not mentioned anywhere it is it should be an integer value, it should be in a float value. But while taking, I have just taken the double data type for subtraction and addition. But here I have taken so that the convert dot to double, what it do, it converts the values in which format you want, so this is only the type I have discussed over here with the generic interface. So similar generic collection dot collection system dot collection dot generic is going to be used for your namespace, for your libraries also, while we are using for our program for this. Okay, now this is was the generic interface. Now the next point is the generic method, how these methods will get reflect. So generic method is a method that declare with the types of parameter T, and simply I am reflecting something with references I am providing. So this is overall view of your generic method. Now we will check once again. So this is also the following code to take another type, means using int type of arguments if I am going for. So like this also I will ensure that this arguments also will get executed in my generic form. So let's see one more example of generic method. Close it. Generic methods, I will make it name. Stop. Okay, wait, it will relocate again. I have clicked already. Why is taking so long time? Okay, fine. It has been open. Now we will see one example of same. Here I have used the swapping program for showing the method. The same example we will go for stating the generic method, how it is getting the contains as it is. So simply we'll check for it. Before main method, what I will do here, static void, I will write swap program. So by taking the parameters t, capital T, as it is, and providing the reference t input 1, because swapping between two conditions, we can go with reference t input 2. So there should be two conditions where need to be get reflected over there. So swap करायचं आहे तर त्याच्यासाठी आपल्याला काही व्हॅल्यूज लागणार आहेत, त्यांनी ते डिफॉल्ट ठेवायचे आहेत आपल्याला. ओके, सो डिफॉल्ट is already present over here. In bracket I will write t. Now temp swapping चा सेम सिंपल प्रोग्राम आपण घेतलाय तोच आपण इथं देतोय. टेम्पररी मध्ये मी इनपुट 2 टाकलं. इनपुट 2 मध्ये काय टाकणार आहे मी, इनपुट 1 ची व्हॅल्यू टाकणार आहे. स्वॅपिंग करायचे म्हणल्यानंतर मी काय करणार, स्वॅप करताना मी तेच व्हॅल्यू घेणार. एंड आता इनपुट 1 हे कुठं प्लेस होणार आहे, इक्वल्स टू टेम्प मध्ये. So this is a simple program. In the swap I have taken. Now in the static void method, using the generic method, what I have given, just int, I have taken int first equals to 4, one number is taken, and int second number I have taken equals to 5. Swapping करायचंय. What I will do, swap in that integer value I am passing, reference whatever I have given here, reference first comma reference second I have given. Okay, let's console dot write line in bracket, need to pass something that is going to be defined. We will check console dot read key, stuck my screen. So let's see by this method whether it is, because I have taken this method and just only what I have given, this method I will write this reference. Okay, we will do here one thing. First space, it is taken as a first plus space provided. Let's see what is shown with the output. 44. Okay. What happened? 44. Showing some methods which are going to be swapped, but it is not showing me. Check. It's showing, but it's not showing something. It's having some values, but it's not showing. Empty default. Okay, fine. Then swapping, because first value will insert into first value is 4 and second value is 5. तो swap झाली आहे 5 first आली आणि 4 नंतर आलं. So this is only the swapping method, or you can use a generic method I have used for an example of swap. And here I have just shown the condition of the swapping, because first it was just same going to be reflect as a 4 and 5, but later on it is going to show you. Take console dot write line, I will write, and it will show me the actual output. Means first of all it will write the first, and then the integer values will get accessed to it. So with the space it is showing me, but initially the values are 4 and 5. Initially the values are 4 and 5. Later on it is showing me the first and second getting reflected over there. Yes, just you can see here also I will write. No, there is no need to write, because already it has been declared with swapping function. It is performing because first number is 4 and second number is 5. It gets swapped with the generic method. So same program we had used over there with our program, that is the generic method which we had used with some parameters, int parameter. By using the int for that type argument we had gone through, and first one was just a swap method which declare the types of parameter as follow. Yeah, so this is just condition. First LHS side and then RHS side we had taken. In the temporary position we had taken the LHS value. Later on LHS values will get reflected with the RHS value. Yes, right hand side value, and that right hand side value then equals to your temporary, whatever the location we had stored first value, that is nothing but the left hand side, and that is going to be reflect after RHS or after right hand side value. So this is only the part, or you can say method we have performing generic method. Now the next point, most important, that is generics and array. How the array is get deflected over here in generic. So this is nothing but here single dimensional array that have a lower bound of 0 automatically implemented here through list, and it can be created through method. Simply with this example, with this program also you can see we can implement the array also, and for that purpose we will go with some condition. Again one program, we will take here generic arrays program. We are considering over here. So just wait. It's creating. Save. Arrays. Okay, methods we are calling over here. First, array need to be initialized first. Then we are considering for the output. Same thing we will go for. Okay, with set get method, I will start. Here I will make public abstract class for making that I am putting some values, that is public abstract type as get property, and simply again I will not set the properties, just the public class my class with parameter t, that is generic class I am considering, and that is nothing but my class I am defining. Later on in that I am going to access, yes, what, just wait a minute. Get, in that I need to write get method, right? What, return, yes, return, and that is need to be defined with it. Return type of bracket t, closing it. Yes, that is nothing but I am closing it. Methods are getting wrong. With class, my class t, public, it need to be override. Sorry. Okay, that method get override. Now here I will write public t value. In that I am directly mentioning the get and set property. Set property. Okay, so that class will get stopped, and I want to initialize some array, isn't it? So that array will get defined. Something is getting wrong. Initializing array role. Just wait, I will again some array and defining. Just array. Parameter t that and initializing with the class and making it as a private key here. Okay. So this array will make public access size. I'm mentioning only size. Now in that array size, I'm defining array equals to new size plus 1 because that side should be increased, and simply take get method because get and set methods are by default we are accessing public t get item and in bracket int index because that need to be provided further, and simply I'm going to return that value of index. Yeah, now this is nothing but I have just defined the values with. Now here in public again what I will do, t take the get item and set item. Set item get and set method I am calling. In that set I need to call in index comma t that should be get reflected, and in that I am mentioning array index equals to value. Yes, that set item is nothing but I am providing some values with conditions and that value should get reflected with it. What is the problem set? Let's see, we will consider over here with class program. In main method I will write first declaring the int array. So, array in that int creating the instance to new array int that I'm calling and getting stop. And here I will provide the size related with the 5. Now setting the values as per my array. So for I'm giving int c equals to 0, c less than 5, c plus plus. So c plus plus. Now int array whatever we have dot set item in bracket c comma c into 5. Why I have taken? Because that value is going to be retrieved and that get to be multiplied more time. So for retrieving that value, this was the setting for the value. For condition is taken for taking, or you can consider here I will write in comment that for setting values we have used this condition, and for making, yes, for taking the consideration of retrieving the value, what should condition should be there for int c equals to 0, c less than 5, c plus plus is the condition. Mind you, now console right line in bracket I am going to write int array dot get item, because I need to retrieve this value. In bracket I am writing c and plus okay. And lastly, when I'm declaring some characters over here, when that lines controls dot line, when I'm saying array character, if I need array in character, if I need char array, I'm saying equals to new. In that I need to pass values for it also. 5 giving. Now next is nothing but I'm setting the values for it also for int c equals to 0, so c equals to c plus plus. Here write char array dot set item in bracket c comma char, char's value will be c plus 7, any of the value you can consider, and rightly in order to retrieve the same, in order to retrieve the same condition similarly, there I will write the same condition console dot write line. Just here instead of int array I will write char array dot get item c and this. So this is only the program for array I have taken with the generic type. Okay, we had completed the array index. Let's see what is it going to build. Yes, it is showing me 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. In the multiplication type format, it is going through. You can see here what I have given first, c into 5. Whatever the value of 0, 0 into 5, 0. 0 then 1 into 5, 5. 2 into 5, 10. 3 into 5, 15. And 5, 4 into 5 is 20. So this was the one first array we had declared. Now with the character it is showing me. Then value is given C plus 97 means starting with A. So A, then in 98 is B, 99 is C, 100 is D, 101 is E. So like that the characters also get reflected with the help of the generic method of an array. So here we had just included with the array values, we given size 5 and taken the consideration with first for int value and second for character value. In the same program, in the same consideration, but just declaring the generic method and types of parameter over here. Okay, and now the last one, sorry, the last method, or you can say the delegate we have here in the generics are given with some keyword that is known by delegate. It has its own type parameter. We are not defining it differently, and we also have some differentiate values also. When we are saying the delegates we are using in the generic, they are having the references and especially the type argument to create a closed constructed parameters or generic formation that can be used simply over here. And again these parameters having the following example I have shown how these methods will get called. Set public delegate, that delegate keyword is used over there and simply it gets infied, displayed over there, and again it is shown with some examples also. So simply we will consider one example for generic delegates. Okay, so that delegates is in c hash is having some more importance because these parameters, when I'm saying the generic delegates are getting access, then system dot namespace dot delegate will take one or more inputs or parameters over there and return one or more outputs, or one of that out parameters will get reflected with the use of the delegates. Okay, so simply when I'm saying these delegates are deflecting, so we will have one program set for it. So just we'll go with it. I will save all this program, take a new project for taking the delegates. We'll name it as a generic delegates, create, and delegates name with the some collections also, stack, queue, list we already had seen. So such types of delegates we are using for our program in our delegate form. Okay, so now when I'm saying considering these values, so these console applications will have some differentiate contents also in delegates. So we will go for it. Okay, so now with generic delegates, with the keyword I will start over here. Delegate, its name is showing T, and we'll name it as a number. Number showing me T. Num I'm taking as its short form. Now I will take the class as a program. What I will do, that method I will call static int number. I will call int a equals to 10, then public static int add a int n I'm writing. Okay, and here I have called one method a equals to a plus n is the condition I have taken and written, asking for return A, small a. Okay. So this is actually I have considered for number. Yeah. Now what I will do in my, again, one method again I am calling over here, that is public static, new one, public static int multiplication we will take, multi number. I'm taking multi number, in that int q I am representing. Here what I am writing now, a equals to a into q, return a. Yes, same condition I have provided. Now I need to provide the get value and set value. So for that purpose, I am writing public static uh, int in bracket, sorry, int get values. Okay, the method I have called, and I will just return in that, return a. Okay, sorry, return spelling is wrong from my side. Okay, so this is nothing but I have given. Now here in the main method, what I will do, I will just write console dot write line, enter two values. This is the command I have given. Now int any parameter b equals to convert. I am using convert. Why? Because if it may be changed to int 32, that need to be write console dot read line. That need to be called. Again one more, int c equals to, same condition I will go with, copy and we will paste. So this is nothing but I am now create a delegate instance. The delegate which I have called, I will create an instance of that. So what is my delegate? Delegate is t number. Yes, delegate is t number. So I am creating numbers instance over here with int value, integer value, and naming it as nm equals to new number integer, and in that I'm going to put the number condition as add a, because first method what I have defined is given as add a nm, in bracket I'm writing k means b value need to be defined, b value need to be defined. Again, just for that purpose, console dot write line, add number values. What I will do, just plus get values that I'm calling given. So rightly now what it is, just for integer value, it has been now for multiplication, same number int I'm taking now nm2, take nm1 equals to new, in bracket I will write I've taken here multi-number. So that I will take, again same procedure I will follow with the condition, that is nothing but as nm equals to b. So I will write nm1 in bracket, what is the value was C. So I'm writing C. Now need to get its value with some condition. Take these conditions as well as it is. Just I will write here, instead of multi number, I am taking as get value. Okay, so get values simply. Now console dot read key, and save. Using the delegate keyword, I have specified some two parameters, a for addition, one for subtraction, multiplication, and get method I have called for writing that values, getting that values. Okay, so we'll make it as here. Okay, enter two values. I will enter 5 and 6. So add number is 15 and multiple number value is 21. Why it is giving me some different values? So because whenever I'm doing the addition, it is giving me some different values. Yes, 5 6 it is 30. Actually it is showing me 21. So it is something wrong over here, because I have converted something over there. There is some conversion. I am lagging somewhere. Line method बरोबर instance call create केला. After that called int value. Here I have called same integer value for multi number. Static value of a is 10. It is taken, and whenever I am putting the values, it is getting delicately override with the values. So this is nothing but the string delegate will represent the same written data type. I have used with some conditions, so it is taking the value as a as a 10, and it is going to give the values with b. So 10 is converting that value with b is nothing but what are the values I have given, 5 and 6. So 10 plus 5, and it is giving me values like means multiplication, and later on the 15th value is getting multiplied with whatever the value we are having with c. Okay, so this is the output, means 10 value is getting first add with this, means 10 plus I am giving 5 first value, first number. So 10 plus 5 is 15. And later on, whatever the value of the b I am getting, so it is getting it multiplied with 6. So we will again see how it is happening. So it is asking me to enter the value of 5. I have written. Now I will take value 2. So you can see 10 plus 5, first addition and then multiplication. So addition 10 plus 5 is 15. And the multiplication, when I am saying that, so multiplication with 15 into 2 should be 30, but it is saying my 15 plus 2, it is showing the addition again. It is showing me addition again. Okay, so this is nothing but the delegate is converting itself with the values which we are having. It is not multiplying, because I have not taken here. What I have taken just the multi value. It is just showing me the multiplication, not addition. Here addition content only taken, and that only is happening over there. This is only happening. So if I am taking here, instead of plus, if I am taking the into, we'll check what will be the result. So I am writing 5 and 2. Yes, 10 plus 5 15, and 15 into 2 30. Is it clear? Whatever the number we are getting, that number is going to be reflect over here, and that particular 15 value is getting reflect with q. That is your 30. So this is the output, actual output. Okay, are you getting? So hence we had concluded our 5th chapter. The last point was delegate. If you have any query, you can ask, or we will stop here. And you can directly put the your roll numbers in the chat box. Those are from A division first, and later on B division. You can put the in your in chat box your roll numbers fast, because I will end this session. later on you will not be able to make the attendance. After putting, you can leave. No issue. Okay, thank you. Tomorrow we will consider the next chapter or the sixth chapter. We are moving further. So we will welcome you all in the next session. You can leave the session now. Thank you.